So I know. All right, so let's begin. Let's go smaller, a little bit smaller. Just wanna... So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. I am, I'm exhausted. I'm telling you, that workout that I had was exhausting. And like completely wiped me out. But on the flip side, I'm really happy before the workout, I got a chance to play around with my camera setup. And what was cool about the camera setup was that I'd had it where I'd have to hunch over, and this new one, I get to stand, and I tell you, I'm using my plein air eagle on this, and I can bring this down because you guys aren't really seeing color. So let's bring it down just a little bit. And I appreciate you guys bearing in mind with me a little bit, because I'm really trying this to where it shows the color. It seems a little bit washed out. I'm afraid to turn some of the lights off, but let's see here. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try turning some of the lights off and just or dimming them and see how that goes. Is that making it worse or better? Oh, that's better. Okay, cool. That's a new learn. So it's much better. So you guys can actually see the tan versus that washed out white. It was a little bit troubling for me. There's some mood lighting in here, man. I wish I could get a second camera on this, but as it is, my system right now won't handle really the OBS just seemed to drop frames ridiculously. So, all right. Let's do some smudgy smudge. All right. I have one of those neighbors that wants to have an outside conversation with everybody on the phone. You ever have a neighbor like that? Wants to air all his trash out on the phone in the middle of the street or in his front yard. Can't take it inside for some reason. I don't know. But so while I'm drawing, I have to say I haven't been watching a lot of in this COVID-19 era, if you will. I have not been watching a lot of TV. I should. I get access to just about all the crazy channels now that I more channels than I could ever hope for, really. And I don't. I've been really working on learning more about how to do this YouTube thing. And it's been fascinating because I do like the idea of, drawing live. It's a challenge. It's fun. So Yeah, I do enjoy it. But the technology and what I have and what takes to run, say, the streaming with multicams is not really what I have yet. So it's a work in progress. And it's a bunch of learning too, but it's getting there. I mean, it's getting there. There's my neighbor. So there's my neighbor. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm hearing myself. So. I know a lot of artists like to work in layers, but I really don't. I don't like to work in layers. I think it's a drag, honestly, but that's just me. I mean, sometimes it's helpful, don't get me wrong, but it is definitely helpful to be able to work in one layer. All right. So I'm coming in as about as clear as possible. I feel like I'm going to be able to come in clear as possible. Man. So the family and I, we ordered out at Applebee's, and I ate some ribs, and man, I'm wishing I didn't even eat that much. I didn't even eat a quarter of the ribs, and I'm wishing I hadn't. Oh yeah, but I got off on a tangent, so let me get back on. So I've been watching one show somewhat recently, and that is The Boys on Amazon Prime. And it is, if you like The Watchmen, this is an awesome show. If you like The Watchmen, if you don't know who The Watchmen is, then I would recommend watch this. It is really good. I have to say, I really dig it a lot. It's just one of those shows without giving too much away. It's a superhero movie, but not in the way that you might think. And is definitely dark. Dark as dark can probably get for a superhero movie. It is. I mean, it starts off really, humdrum for maybe about the first 10 minutes, and then suddenly, boom, and you're just like, what just happened? And I love that. I love that in the movie where things just start to take off, and it ended really well, I have to say. So once again, if you're just tuning in, The Boys on Amazon, it is amazing. I loved it. It was an incredible show. I can't say enough about it. It's probably my favorite show of the year so far. And I would say that you see some shows and you're like, can I get my life back from those hours I spent watching it? Tiger King. Oh, I felt like I needed to take a shower after that. It was just so wrong, so heartbreaking, so many things, that are wrong with the world and people, and I just people just it just that show appeals to like the darker side of humanity. So bad, so bad. And if you haven't watched Tiger King and your friends are telling you to, your life won't be. You will. How would you say? Your life will continue on. You will live. I mean, there's people out there that have not seen Star Wars and they seem perfectly fine. Not that I wouldn't want to miss out on Star Wars, but for them, they're like, I don't need to see Star Wars, and that's fine for them. But Tiger King, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like a train wreck. Once you get into the first couple episodes, you know what you're in for. There's no mistaking that. You know it's nothing is going to end well at all with this show. It's not. You know already it's not going to end well. There's not going to be a happy ending, and there's that would be my daughter. They're all about ice cream right now. So Daddy's not having any ice cream. I just worked out for 2 hours. Or felt like 2 hours, only an hour, really. I don't want to exaggerate what I've done. No, it was only an hour workout, but it felt like 2 hours. It's kind of fun because it's the whole family. We've been doing Chloe Ting, and it's been one heck of a workout. It's one of those free things you find on YouTube. So yeah, good workout. Yeah. All right, so I'll zoom this in for you guys a little bit so that you guys can kind of see a little bit more. Oh, I need some coffee. I need some coffee. Okay. There you go. Coffee done. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with this one yet. I'm playing around, kind of referencing Vegas, on old Vegas. An old Vegas photo, but I'm trying to find ways that I can definitely veer from the regular stuff and kind of take the elements that I like, destroy the rest. Except for the cars. I love the cars. All right, so I've bored everybody out. I'm back on my own. So yeah. So one thing I like about Procreate is the undo button. Love the undo button. Absolutely love it. Mm-hmm. So I was part of the reason I'm going with these weird colors is if you are familiar with some artists and that there are some that have put out that they've been doing a lot of different challenges and exercises for them. And Nathan Fowkes said, you know, hey, pick 3 colors and or pick 4 colors and then try something with it. So right now I'm just sticking, I think, to 3, and then I may expand. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, man. If I never eat at Applebee's again, it will be too soon. Gosh, that was murder. That was absolute murder. They were not very good ribs either. That's why I didn't finish them. I just wish I hadn't eaten any of them before the workout. You ever try and work out on a full stomach? I don't recommend it. I definitely don't recommend eating on a full stomach with after you've eaten some kind of like, what do you call, like restaurant chain ribs? Yeah, there we go, restaurant chain ribs. Yeah, just not, no. It's not a good thing to do. Not a good thing to do at all. Wouldn't recommend it. Nope. Wouldn't recommend it. All right, let's try something different. Let's go. My Japanese brushes. Well, I don't know how I feel about that. I definitely don't like that. I lost it. All right. Nope. Nope. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. I like that one. I wish I could get this thing to do that in real life. These like little, I wish I had a brayer that would do this, because it would be the bomb. It would be the bomb for real. I would totally love it. Totally love it. I'm not sure I'm digging that one. Let's try a different brush. It's not at all what I wanted, but let's rethink it. All right. So, do I do Facebook Live and then tell everybody where I'm at? I don't know. Do Instagram Live. Let's see here. Facebook. What do you do? Problem with Facebook is that Zuckerturd wants you to follow his algorithm. He doesn't want to play nice. He wants you to pay for everything. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna get trying to make some money, but man, I tell you, it's just such a drag now. Not digging that one. Let's try a different brush. So, I don't know if you guys follow Mark Hansen, but I would follow Mark Hansen, and it's M-A-R-C. I would follow Mark Hansen, and I would check out his most latest piece. I think it's a oil painting, and it's through the brushwood. Man, it is amazing. Him and David Sharp are they just kill me with what they're able to do. It's just totally unbelievable. Sometimes what they've been able to do. The results I want from this. Oh, there we go. Starting to look a little bit better. Okay. So we will, for those that just caught up or came in, I'll give you guys a little time-lapse replay real quick while you just joined in. This is my little time-lapse replay. How I've been in. And so, yeah. So I've dropped 2 artists' names, actually 3, but I'll go ahead and drop them again while we're talking here. So if you could follow 3 artists or look them up on any of the social media, I believe all of them are on Instagram. And the first one would be Nathan Fox, and that's Nathan, NathanFox. Fox. Yeah, I believe that's it. The other one is Mark Hansen, M-A-R-C, Hansen, Hansen, Mark Hansen. And of course, David Sharp. Those guys. Yes, I would recommend that if you have not followed them, I would recommend that you follow them. And once again, I am watching. If any of you are interested in asking me a question, feel free to fire away. I'm just doodling here, having some fun. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Let's see here. What else is new? The TV show I've been watching recently, while I was painting or cleaning up the garage and everything, is Mr. Robot. If you have missed out on Mr. Robot television shows this past decade, and if you're asking, well, what, Doug, is Mr. Robot about? Mr. Robot is a mind thriller, and it's about this guy who needs to find answers, and he's not even sure what the questions are. And is that throughout the whole series, but even to season, if you just watch season 1, you won't be sorry. It is amazing. But what I really like about it is the fact that you're never sure. At some points, there are some points where you're sure, is this real or is he dreaming? And I love that. I love that fact of, like, you're not sure. What did I see? Is this a clue into his past? And so, yeah, I don't want to give any of that much of it away for fear of, ruining it. But I would highly recommend that if you get a chance, check out Mr. Robot. That would be the show to check out. That and The Boys. So there you go. 3 artists to follow, 2 shows to watch. And for those that just checked in, it would be Mr. Robot and the boys, and then the artists would be Nathan Fowkes, Mark Hansen, and David Sharp. Look them up. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. So, speaking of videos, if you haven't checked out any of my videos yet on YouTube, I've got a really great interview with my good friend Walt Taylor, and it's about an hour and a half, and I paint his portrait while we're talking. And this is a project that I just started before this whole COVID-19 thing really, before the, everything hit the fan, so to speak. And it was funny because me and Walt were listening to the president's speech, and we were like, this is getting a lot worse, and nobody seems to really get it. And sure enough, like the next day, just like pandemonium. And I was just like, yep, pandemonium. It was crazy. But, such is life. I try to take this whole thing in stride, knowing, I think it's life lessons that, a lot of us have forgotten about, what it was like. And, just have to be grateful for things that we have. So, what do you guys think? Nobody wants to say anything, so well, that's because I have no viewers. I've bored everybody away. Oh, boy. Bored everybody away. Here we go. Okay, so I'm talking to myself. All right, no worries. Just keep talking. All right, so let's try this again. Let's see if I can get it to. It's interesting. So I'm going to take a little selfie here just to see if anybody is interested in joining. I don't even know how to do that yet. I think because I don't have a Facebook app on my phone, I refuse to. It just drains the phone. If I can get a little bit, there we go. Let's try that again. I'm going to go to replay, guys, real quick so you can, for those that have missed out, if you're just tuning in for the first time. Yeah, I don't like that one. So that's where we're at right now. So I hope you're digging that. And keep working on that. I've got to see. I'm going to do an hour. No, a true hour of drawing. I'm not going to like. There we go. That's where I feel like I'm having to promote myself and do this all at the same time. All right. So, anybody have any questions? No? It's okay. All right. All right. So, let's go ahead and set that down. Start doing some more work here. All right. And another video, if you're interested in checking out any of my other videos, I just did one of my friend Jafel, who works on the front line as an ER. And I have to say, I can't say enough about the bravery those guys have to go into. I mean, it's crazy to think that, they've got to go in and work in conditions where they're not sure, if they're going to get sick or not. And having some very close friends, and which I really wanted to. I'm really bummed out. I was hoping I was going to have a few days off to do it, and it just didn't work out. And I was really bummed, and I'm pretty sure now I'm going to miss out on it. But I can't dwell on it. Just gotta take things in stride. But I have to say that the work that I've seen in person in like the Chicago Art Institute is amazing. So, yeah. All right. So this is going pretty good. I like that. Looks pretty good. Let's see here. What else is new? Nothing much really. Just been working out, getting the studio ready so I can do stuff like this for you, and stream it live. Which I'll be hoping to do a lot more of these. I'm going to do oil paintings too. So I won't be doing just digital. I will be doing other stuff as well. So I'm looking forward to it. But I thought about this Doodle Jam, and I was like, this would be kind of cool just to doodle, not really any agenda, and be flexible, kind of like a diary, so, or a vlog, if you will. Gosh, I think my daughter's jumping off the bed. Yeah, her bedroom's right above the garage, so fun. This new age of technology, it's a lot of fun. I'm really grateful for it, to say the least. Speaking of which, I've got a big painting that I'm going to be working on, and I don't know whether to make that live or not. I'm debating whether to include that into a large multi-session or what, but I don't know. So speaking of art, because I did want to talk about art, I've been looking up David Clowes again. I don't know if you're familiar with David Clowes. David Clowes is an amazing graphic novelist. He does it all. He writes it, he draws it. I mean, he does so good cinematically. I mean, it just blows my mind away. And you may have never heard of him at all. But would you say Ghost World would be one for sure? Yeah, Ghost World is definitely one of those. My favorite, and this is just my personal favorite, is Art School Confidential. And I'll tell you, man, I'm sure he was in the 80s or early 80s or late 70s, but it was like nothing has changed. I had teachers that were very similar, and I was like, oh my God. Jonathan Lithgow's in the movie, and he's incredible. But David Clowes does all these amazing graphic novels. Everything. One of them is called The Ray Gun. Another one that I really dig, that I think really, I don't know. I think in some ways, Patience. That was really, really, I don't know, crept up on me. I wasn't, I was like, where's this going? Raygun was good too, but Patience was really amazing. And then of course, there's some of my favorites is like Caricature, which is like a collection of various stories. But I one of my first jobs out of school was as a caricature artist at a theme park. And you want to talk about a job that you're like, oh, you really, I don't know, how would you say, there were some cool things I liked about it, but there were some things I super hated about the job for sure. One was a stupid uniform at a theme park, a wearing a stupid uniform. And I remember I was fresh out of high school, and I'm like, I'm not going to get any girls to talk to me wearing this stupid uniform. And I was right. And I was right. I was totally right. I looked like if you've ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where the oldest brother he loses his job at the Cool Burger place and has to work at the seafood place, and he has to wear a seafood outfit. That's how I felt. And I just it takes away your dignity. Not only that, but I mean the fact that I also one time the theme park is Busch Gardens, and I had to drive all the way from Virginia Beach, which was about a 45-minute ride if you were speeding, pretty good. And I remember one time I on my way there was a huge thunderstorm that came through, and they sent all the other artists home because they didn't think they were going to make anything, that they were going to, they thought they were done for the day. And I got there around 11 o'clock, and I didn't leave till 12 o'clock that midnight. And I was the only artist in that park, and I tell you, the amount of money I brought them in was insane. And I was like, for what I did and what we charged, I was nonstop drawing for the better part of 11 hours. And I got a little overtime for it, but what I made for them and my commission was I don't think I didn't even get $100 over 100. I think I got like $130, which was a complete joke because I grossed over $1,000, if memory serves me right. And I remember like, whoa. But that's how the theme park things are. So, all right. Nobody has any questions, so that's okay. How are we doing on time? So let's see here, Facebook. I was going to try and post a photo just to say, hey, I'm live. All right, so there we go. Might help if I copy the link. Oh well. Let's see here. Can I copy the link? Share. Copy. There we go. Paste. Post. All right. We'll see how that goes. Whatever. This is all a learning process anyways. I don't really have high expectations. I hope you don't have any high expectations. So let's see what else I could add here that might be interesting. Like that. Let's make it small. Sometimes I like to make things small to see if that's working out. No, I don't like that. Let's try to destroy this a little bit though. Nope. Let's try it before. Here we go. All right. Try and work on the cars a little bit. I love these cars. They're so awesome. I was listening to a podcast and they were with a car designer or somebody who was rebuilding old cars and putting electric motors in them. And the consensus was that the new car designs since the 80s have been horrible. Like just about all the car designs that they've put out since the 80s have been absolute trash. And I have to say, for the most part, they're right. It's hard for me to think of a car that, had a really good design that just made you turn your head and go, wow, that's a good looking car. I can't think of any offhand, but I would say one of the last great car designs, in my humble opinion, was the Pontiac Trans Am and the Camaro. And they were just, I don't know, there was something about those cars that just captured my imagination as a kid, that's for sure. Definitely captured my imagination. Especially a Trans Am, my favorite. If I could have any car, I definitely would have had a Trans Am, a 78 Trans Am T-top probably. Maybe not the Bandit style though. I would probably want. They had another model that was black, but it had a red Fire Eagle on it instead of a gold one, and it looks so cool. I remember getting a model of it when I was a kid. I loved that one. Love that one. All right. I don't want to dwell too much on this car, but it's not working out for me. I'm not feeling it. That's how it is sometimes. You just don't feel it, but you gotta press on. Gotta press on. All right, there we go. It's a little bit interesting. That wheel well's too far back, I think. I mean, too far forward. Let's push that one back. And I need to go back to my infamous baking pan brush. If you haven't heard about my baking pan brush, it's a photo of my old worn baking pan. And I love it so much. It is amazing. It's the one that I do majority of my work with. And I can't say enough about it. It really does so much of what I want it to do. Or do you ever work with some brushes and they just don't do what you want it to do? But the baking pan brush, it has just enough unpredictability for me that I love it. I totally love it. All right, now I've made this thing way too. Let's destroy. Let's try and just get the body itself. Don't worry about the rest. I think that's the one trick that I've learned is that if I can get the body, then the cab part, I can kind of work in after the fact. I just have to get everything else to fit, to feel, so to speak. There. I think that's getting there. I'm on my way to there. I feel like that. Sometimes you realize when you have such an element that, such a striking element, that I need this to be good for me because I want it to. That's how I feel. You know what? I think I'm going to change it. Just do it this way. Sometimes you just have to be willing to destroy and rebuild. And I'm going to use some destroying here. Knock it back. And then try and push it forward. Hey, somebody's got heavy feet. Must be my daughter. She's only 7. But when I'm in here in the garage, it feels like she's a walking elephant. No little light pitter-patter feet. She's a heavy walker. Don't like that either. Good Lord, man. Just want it to feel right. Let's go back one. There. I'm going to destroy this part here. I'm not sure I need to see it, really. No, not really. Nope. Let's pull that back. Maybe it needs to go forward. That's it. Let's try that. Let's try that. So we're going to push this a little bit forward. Then no bueno. Oh, Doug. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to let that sit for a bit. Maybe sometimes you need to come back to it. Yeah, sometimes. So if you're just joining in, I'm going to do a quick time-lapse replay. I was moving along pretty good, and then I just kind of bogged down on some of the details. Not always easy when that happens, but, you know, it is what it is. Yep, it is what it is. So that's okay. So what do you guys think? Should I go darker? Should I put a little bit of darkness in there and rework that? Oh, hi. Lovely drawings. Hi. Hello. Welcome. So, getting to see my little process there. I'm going to write a little welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. And that's where we are. And let's see. I don't know if I want to go darker or not, but I'll try it. So I'm going to put a new layer on. And if I like what I got, then I'm going to flatten it. But we'll see here. I don't know. I'm not feeling that just quite yet. Let's try cooler. Yep. All right, so yeah, there we go. I'm liking that. I don't know why. It's a pretty strong color, that purple. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Nope, let's go a little bit bigger. I'm not really digging that one either. Oh, let's go, let's try here. Let's see this one. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. So we'll leave that there. Then I'm going to go back to my baking pan brush. We'll see about that. No. Let's go ahead and smudge that away. There we go. I like that. That's better. Yeah. All right. That's interesting. Hi, Leslie. You're still struggling with your painting. We all struggle. It doesn't end. The struggle doesn't end. It doesn't. I hate the pressure bubble. That struggling never ends. But just keep at it. Don't give up. Yeah, just don't give up. It's good to not be satisfied. I will just say that. Don't don't let your don't what was that word? Don't be what is that word when not contempt, complacent. Yeah, just don't be complacent. I'm at a little loss for words today. So, but yes, thank you. So lovely. Do you like to draw in digital or traditional painting? What's your thing? What's your thing, or does it matter? That's looking pretty good. So far, I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm going to turn it down really small. So Lily, if you just got here, I'm going to go ahead and play the time-lapse replay so you can see it if you're still on. So, yeah. So this is my time-lapse replay, so you should be able to see where I started out with. Okay, so you're learning digitally. Yeah, digital is great because there's no cleanup. And you don't have like toxic chemicals chewing up your hands and eating brushes. And you never run out of paint, which is great. And you don't have to spend money on canvases. So yeah, keep painting digitally. And any art books you can get, they'll help. But you've got YouTube, so there's plenty of people on YouTube. I'm sure you've been following. And but yeah, I would say is that just keep growing, be hungry. At least that's what I think keeps me going sometimes. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. I do not know what kind of car. I want it kind of like a Dodge Charger, but I think I've made that front end, and I'm trying to do it from memory. So that's part of my problem. Is I've done like a Dodge Charger / Dart or Plymouth Roadrunner, and I've kind of boxed myself into wanting to nail down the design of that Dodge Roadrunner. I know it has an aggressive front, and I don't know. Sometimes it's best to let things alone till you're ready for it. I don't know if I'm ready for it yet, so that's okay. It'll come. It'll come. I just have to be patient. Yeah, just be patient for it. I'll get there. I think this is what I need to do here. I think that's half of it right there. Yeah, that's looking better. We put a little mirror out there. So I was on YouTube, and speaking, since we're talking about cars here, I was on YouTube, and there was this guy who was like a complete Dukes of Hazzard nerd, like complete fanboy, and he managed to track down the original General Lee, the first car that they used before they wrecked it, jumping the car, of course. And he managed to buy it and restore it. It was just like an interesting one of those tales of somebody who stumbled along a car that he had no idea that he was going to find, at least, and be able to buy, let alone buy, and just it's kind of interesting how he kind of got tasked to like rebuild that General Lee car, that Dodge Charger. I know I had a bunch of those little cars. That was the best part of the show, is watching those cars jump. I didn't care anything else about the show much, but the plot stunk. The acting was bad. But, when you're in third grade, hey, it's all good. So I'm just trying to paint a little bit loose here and not get, I kind of got caught into that Dodge Charger, and I know what my problem is now. So I'm going to do a little bit of operation. And I think my operation needs to be, that car needs to be bigger. So we're going to go and do a little bit of let's do this. I want to do this. We're going to duplicate, and I'm going to select it. Wrong one. Set done. Select again. Move it over there. I'm going to make the card a little bit bigger. That's what my problem is. I knew there was something that was just bugging me about this one. I was just like, I know there's something wrong about that. And it needs to be a little bit higher. Can I freehand this? Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I think that's good. And so turn the other layer off. So I went from here to here, and that's the beauty of digital, is you can scale things up when needed. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to rework some stuff down. I'm going to go ahead and paint this back out. There. That works a lot better for me. At least I'm feeling it much better about that car. So create some interesting contrast if I can. Yeah. Digital brushes here. Let's try this one and see if I've got anything that'll. Nope. Try it again. Nope. Let's go really big. Nope. I'm going to try my next brush over. Nope. No, not really what I was looking for. All right, I'm just going to fake it. Too much. I'm looking over to see if anybody has any questions, but I don't see anything so far. Okay. I'm not sure I'm digging that. No, it's getting in the way. It's happens sometimes. Things get in the way. They just don't work out the way they're supposed to. All right. That's interesting. That's not. No. Let's leave that. Here, let's take a look. Yeah, I like that. Now that I've got that slash Dodge Charger look a little bit more nailed, I'll try and see if I can eke out just a little bit of what is supposed to be correct in there, and that is this little there. That's part of it. That's too much. That's too heavy-handed. Let's see if I can smooth this out. That's the problem when drawing cars from memory. Just can't like, I don't know. It is what it is. Good Lord. She's a heavy little 7-year-old, isn't she? That's my daughter. She's been jumping on and off the bed. All right. There we go. Let's try this. And then now I know for sure that I've made a mistake, overdone, and let's pull this back just a little bit. So I'm trying to keep loose with this. It's not always easy. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm doing right or wrong. But we'll see. I kind of like that. It'll be interesting. I don't know. I may have to start destroying areas if I get too satisfied. But we'll see what time we've got. Okay, so I've been drawing for the better part of an hour now. So we'll go ahead and, what do you think? I think it's good quitting time. I got a good start on something. Yeah, let me take a look at that. Yeah, not too bad. Good start on something. So I think I might add just a couple more things because that's just how I am. Yeah, I think I'm digging this a little bit, just a little bit. I love Chinatown in San Francisco. I love all the crazy signs, but I also like Vegas. So it's kind of cool to do a little bit of a hodgepodge of both of those. Yeah, lots of fun. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's kind of cool. So if I can make it a little bit smaller. I know, I've asked too much. Let's see here. It's going to take a couple strokes to get this one, I think. Bring it faded down. Nope. That's the problem working with noseprint. You know you've got to, there we go. You know you've got something. It just takes a while. It's like, it's unpredictable, but man, I tell you, when you get the right one, man, it feels good. That felt good. It's like, okay, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Now I can go and do a little bit of highlights in between. Kind of get things to pick out a little bit. Yeah. There we go. You know, I don't know. I might want to add something else. Right up here. Yeah, there you go. Want those 3 windows. That kind of. Yep, that's working for me. All right. I think that's kind of cool. I'm digging it. And so, yeah. So I'm about to quit. So if you have any last, I will have some other videos posted this week of some of my traditional oil paintings. So stay tuned. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I will see you later.